All right, so welcome back. We're actually going to go through this PowerPoint about photosynthesis, but we're going to talk about the experiment your students and kids did in class, so that way you can kind of get the conversation going at home. Ask them what they did, what they learned about photosynthesis. So here is the results of the experiment and some things that they might have done and what they might have found out. So what they did is put leaves in glass bowls, submerged the leaves in the water that's in the bowls, and they decided where to set them around the room to see if photosynthesis would happen. What should have happened to their leaves, no matter where at in the room, they should have had little bubbles all over the leaves, coating the leaves, and that was the oxygen leaving the leaf after photosynthesis occurred. So, if your student decided to place their glass bowl with the leaf inside near the window, that is when photosynthesis would have happened the fastest, because sunlight is one of the main things needed for photosynthesis to happen. Some students, they decided to put their bowls with leaf and water in a very dark corner in the room under my desk. So those students found out that they didn't have as many bubbles, though they should not have had as many bubbles because they were in a dark area where sunlight did not get to. Photosynthesis takes a lot longer to happen when leaves are underwater. So what happens first is that the light and the sunlight from outside hits the bowl, warms up the bowl and the water inside, and then that warm water then gets to the leaf. The warm water gives the leaf energy and it gives it its ability to go through photosynthesis. And finally, something that your students may not have thought of yet is that if they did leave that leaf submerged fully in the water, then it would have died eventually, right? Leaves cannot take in that much water. This is just a very short experiment, a day or two. So, to expand on this experiment at home and have some fun as a family, I'm here to give you an idea of an experiment you can do also related to photosynthesis. It's going to help your kids learn more and you're going to have fun while doing it. So, the only thing you need is baking soda. Go get some leaves, some flower petals from plants outside. As long as those leaves are alive and still colorful, it should work. You're going to need a bowl. It can be glass or plastic as long as it's see-through. You're going to need dish soap, and you can have a hole puncher. That's optional. Okay, so let's talk about how you're going to do this experiment at home. The first step, of course, is to go get your leaves. They can be any shape or size, any kind of leaf. That might make the experiment more fun to see what different leaves do. And then you're going to get your bowl and you're going to fill it up with water. Okay, when we did the experiment in class, we put a rock on top of our leaves to submerge it in water. For this experiment, you are not going to want your leaf to be fully underwater. You will gently place your leaf on top of the water so the leaf does not sink. Next, for this experiment, another different thing than what we did in class is you can add a little bit of dish soap or a little bit of baking soda to the water and make sure some of those ingredients get onto the leaf. This is supposed to help activate the process of photosynthesis and change the results a little bit. So, after you add all your things into this bowl with your leaf, you're going to observe what happens over time, and eventually your leaf will sink on its own and become submerged underwater. Have your kids predict why this is happening. Okay? I'm going to tell you why. What happens is the leaf fills up with so much water from the photosynthesis process that its density goes up and it gets so dense that it just sinks eventually. Okay? So enjoy this experiment at home. Change up the experiment. Do different bowls. Do just water. Do soap and water. Do just baking soda and water. Have fun with it. Enjoy it. Ask your kids questions. See what they learn. Talk to them about it. I hope you enjoy.